Hi, it's Caitlin, and I am so excited to be sharing a huge and absolutely gorgeous new collection from by Dany Vianna. This is the Wicked for Good collection, and if you didn't know, Daniela, who is the artist and mastermind behind by Dany Vianna, is basically obsessed with Wicked. So last year she did an incredible Wicked inspired collection, which I will link in the cards for you. And this year she's created another Wicked inspired collection all about the upcoming movie. This will be available November 14th on the By Dany Vianna website, at which time they are also having their Black Friday sale. So this sale is actually going to be a very short period, so it will run from November 14th through the 17th on the By Dany Vianna website, which does ship within the US as well as to Canada and internationally. There's also a stunning gift with purchase, which will automatically be added to orders over $40. And there will also be 10 to 70% off site-wide. The first week of this collection being available, they are offering a 15% discount, which is a perfect time to pick up the collection or anything you might love in there because, trust me, there is some absolute magic happening in this collection. And I also want to note before we get into the swatches that so many of the polishes, I keep looking at them, so many of the polishes are actually two coaters, which bless Daniela for that, because two coats, honestly, it's nice to just be able to paint in two coats. I feel like as the years have gone by, three coats has sort of become the new norm, but these are all impressively opaque and also just incredibly sparkly and shifty, and there's magnetics and there's glow in the dark. There's something for everyone. I think that's everything you need to know. I will link the By Dany Vianna shop down in the description, and I'm sure these polishes will be making their way to the stockists that typically carry By Dany Vianna, but I'm so excited, so let's get into the swatches. Let's start by looking at the Black Friday gift with purchase called Golden. I wanted to start with this because it is absolutely gorgeous and you get it free, automatically added to your cart when you spend $40 US or more on the By Dany Vianna shop during the Black Friday sale, November 14th through the 17th, and it is while supplies last. So this, I don't actually have an official description, but it has a gorgeous golden shimmer. There's color shifts you're gonna see, green and beautiful, what I think are gold light reflective glitters that just absolutely dazzle and sparkle in the right lighting. So I was happy with this one in two coats plus top coat, and that is gonna be a common theme throughout this video. A lot of incredible two coat wonders in this collection. And to kick things off officially for the collection, we'll start with As Long As You're Mine. This is inspired by Fieyro's and Alphaba's moment in the story, and mainly by the part of the song that says, I see things through a different eye. So this means we have a blue jelly base to represent Fieyro and green reflective glitters to represent Alphaba. So this has a beautiful, beautiful formula, great jelly base. It's so much fun. And this has a good enough coverage that you could leave it in two coats if you wanted, but I did actually, this was one of the few that I took up to three coats. And this one is very textured from the reflective glitter. There is a lot of reflective glitter in there, but I used a coat of Glisten Glow Glitter Grabber to smooth it out, and I got an absolutely beautiful shiny finish. Totally took care of the texture, as you can see here. This polish is called For Good, and it's inspired by the final goodbye between the reconciled friends and the song. And apparently this is like a sneak peek from the trailer that Daniela saw and was inspired to create this polish. It has an emerald jelly base filled with pink reflective glitters and a pink magnetic effect. Now this is really beautiful and interesting. To me, the base is leaning a little more blue denim, but it could just be because of the way the glitters are interacting with the base, but it's absolutely stunning. I love the magnetic effect here. It works very easily, and as you're going to see throughout my video, my index finger, I'm always using a neodymium bar magnet to get the cat eye effect. And on my middle finger, I am using the by Dany, Vianna and Watcha Indie 3D printed magnet, which you can pick up in the by Dany, Vianna shop, as well as the Watcha Indie shop. And my pinky is unmagnetized. So for anyone who doesn't really like the magnetic effect, my pinky is unmagnetized and it still looks absolutely amazing. Moving along, we have Fieyro Tigelar, and this one is inspired by our prince and is clothing throughout the story. This is a blue jelly base with gold metallic flakes. This is a really nice squishy base. This is definitely a 3-coater, and you're still going to have a little bit of transparency even on that 3rd coat because it's just so squishy and delicious, and usually there's a bit of a compromise with that, which is sheerness. The flakes in here are lovely. They're all on the smaller side, and this one will benefit from a generous layer of top coat. However, it won't be difficult to remove and it won't need glitter grabber. It will smooth out with that single layer of top coat. And now we're going to look at Galindified, which is inspired by the song and number called Popular. And if it's obvious that I've never seen this movie, I haven't. I saw the play many years ago, like early 2000s, and I don't really remember it because I'm not much of a theater girl. Sorry. Anyway, this one is inspired by Galinda's attempts to make over Alphaba. So we have a sheer neon pink jelly base with pink holographic glitters and pink iridescent flakes. Immediately, obviously, one of my favorites. It is so pink. This one is just to die for. If you're a pink lover, if you love glitter, this has everything you could have ever dreamed of. This is like, if I had this nail polish when I was 12 years old, I would have cried. So I will recommend 3 coats, and I will also recommend a generous layer of top coat. It won't need glitter grabber, but it will be best with a nice thick layer of top coat, and it should not be too difficult to remove. This pretty polish is called Good, which is inspired by one of the released scenes where Galinda is living her best life in the Emerald Palace, surrounded by an entourage all dressed in teal and aqua, and she is in pale pink. This is a teal crelly base with pink iridescent flakes and pink round glitters. It sounds like the perfect representation of that visual, and by Dany, Vianna always has a lovely jelly formulation for their polishes. They're always very even. They suspend all of the glitters and elements beautifully. I didn't have to fish around for any glitter here. None of the flakes, they all came out very easily. But this one will be difficult to remove because of the bigger circle glitters. And you will want a glitter grabber top coat like the Glisten Glow. Cuticula has one called Quenched that works really well. And then after that, you will want a regular quick dry top coat. And I will recommend building this one up in 3 coats. Moving along, we have Good Ol' Shiz, and this is inspired by Shiz University and its uniform. So we have a gray crelly base with a luminous blue aurora shimmer. This is another classic by Dany Vianna formulation with a beautiful silky shimmer throughout. It is incredibly glowy, works beautifully against the base color, and builds up quite nicely in 3 coats. So you will still sort of see some of your nail even on that 3rd coat, but the shimmer is incredibly strong and it kind of distracts from any of that. But if you don't want to see any nail line, you can definitely use a similarly colored base or a nail line blurring base coat. But overall, it does have quite good coverage on that 3rd coat, but I can't speak for anyone with a longer free edge than mine. And now we have Loathing, which is that scene. It's an iconic scene. It's her face, her clothing all over. We have a pink jelly base with green aurora shimmer and a pink glow in the dark effect. Now this one is so soft and delicate and pretty in daylight, but my goodness, the glow in the dark effect is so strong and pink. It's absolutely mind-blowing. So I will recommend building this one up in 3 coats, and you will want to be generous with the top coat because the glow in the dark effect does add some texture to the finished manicure. So here it is in 3 coats plus top coat, and I cannot wait for you to see this one glowing in the dark. Next up is Melted Witch, which is inspired by the opening scene of the movie, where Glinda is confirming the rumors of Elphaba's death. We see a puddle on the floor alongside her hat. This has a petroleum blue jelly base with a fine orange aurora shimmer and holographic magnetic effect. This one really does have a beautiful rainbow with that shimmer, as you will see. The hollow is very, very fine and delicate and glowy. So this one's really pretty, very fun with that added magnetic effect. I think this one looks best with the velvet style, as you're seeing here on my middle finger. It is a more subtle magnetic effect, and I just think that those kind of work better with the velvet style. This polish is called Obsessulated, and it's inspired by Glinda's bubble. So we have a pink to purple magnetic effect with pink iridescent flakes, silver reflective glitters, and a blue aurora shimmer. There's also some star glitters, hollow star glitters in here that I absolutely love. This is 100% giving that bubble that Glinda shows up in. I absolutely love this polish, and when I saw the original Wizard of Oz as a kid, it was just that moment like did something to me. It's probably why I love pink and glitter so much. So again, however you choose to magnetize this, it's absolutely stunning, and I love the inclusion of these iridescent flakes and glitters. However, it will be difficult to remove because of those star glitters, and you will definitely want a glitter grabber top coat plus your quick dry top coat. Here we have Our Wizard Lies, which is inspired by the scene where Elphaba writes in the sky that the wizard is lying. This is a gray jelly base with silver blue flakes and a green glow in the dark effect. And I think I just had the realization right now that this upcoming version of the Wicked movie must be like a remake of the original storyline, because I feel like I remember hearing those things and seeing those things before. So this one is really pretty, really unique, very strong glow in the dark effect again. When you build it up in 3 coats, you will not get total opacity. It's still very squishy and jelly, but this one is so interesting and fun. I really love it, and again, because of the glow in the dark effect, you will want a very generous layer of top coat to smooth out the glow in the dark particles. Now we have Ozdust, which is inspired by the ballroom they go to, where Elphaba and Glinda finally meet each other as equals and not rivals. The shade is inspired by the exact moment when they arrive and we see the saloon underneath the lake at the school. We have a teal jelly base with a mix of metallic shreds and a light blue magnetic effect. This is another really cool and interesting polish. I've never really seen anything like it, and leave it to Daniela to create something so beautiful and unique. The formula here is excellent. It was opaque for me in 2 coats, and I really love how the magnetic effect plays when you use the cat eye effect. As you're seeing on my index finger, you get to see more of the colors in those flakes, but it also looks amazing with the velvet style. It's just really strong with its metalliciness, and I absolutely love that. Now here we have pink goes well with green, and this is the moment that solidifies Galinda and Elphaba's friendship. It's a pink curly base with chartreuse metallic shreds. So to me, these shreds are appearing mostly gold, and I think that's absolutely beautiful. This is reminding me of like vintage Christmas, you know, that whole pink pastel gold aesthetic. I love that aesthetic for Christmas, so this is super pretty, and I was very, very impressed with the super even and plush coverage in just 2 coats plus top coat. And this gorgeous topper is called Poppy Dreams, inspired by the moment Elphaba spells her entire class to sleep. And the decoration on the Australia premiere last year, I guess they had a setup with poppies. So this is a clear base with gold galaxy glitters and a mix of pale yellow, pink, red, and orange matte glitters in different shapes and sizes. So on my index finger, I'm building it up on its own, but you're not really going to get it built up because it does have that sheer base with larger glitters. And on my middle finger, I don't remember the name, but it's one of the new glazed holiday jellies from Cirque Colors. It's just the perfect complement to this topper. So you will want glitter grabber, top coat, and then quick dry over that. This is a very textured glitter. And here on my ring finger, I'm using a white cream as the base. And you can see this has fantastic coverage in a single coat. I didn't even have the bottle upside down. There's just so much glitter and it comes out very readily. And of course, this looks fantastic as well over a black cream, as you're seeing on my little itty bitty pinky. And now we have the most scandalous fish in the sea. which is inspired by Glinda's dress to the Ozdust, and we have a peachy coral crelly base with a pink aurora shimmer and holographic micro flakes. This again is very interesting and unique. So many of these polishes are totally unique and gorgeous. This one is another solid 2-coater for me. I love the hollow in here. I love the shimmer. The base color is so pretty, and it's just an absolutely gorgeous polish once more. Now we have the Wicked Witch, which is obviously inspired by Alphaba, but most importantly by the nails she gets on Emerald City. We have a black jelly base with metallic emerald flakes. Maybe she gets her nails done in this movie. That's kind of interesting. That would be wild if she does. So I absolutely love the green flakes in here. The sheer jelly base does build up very nicely in 3 coats, and when you put on top coat, it really just makes this look otherworldly. This is such a cool nail polish, and I absolutely love it. This one will not be difficult to remove, and I also want to note none of these polishes caused any staining. Just love what Daniela creates, and she does it all so artfully. And this next polish is called The Wizard and I, inspired by the song when Alphaba is in the open air singing all her hopes and dreams. So we have a light blue jelly base with a mix of gold flakes and gold metallic shreds. Now this is another one that even in 3 coats will not get to full opacity, but it is very squishy, very fun, and a beautiful teal color with those additional flakes. It's just a really, really special, light, and ethereal polish. Moving along, we're almost at the end here. We have Unlimited, which is inspired by Alphaba's first flight and all the defiance in choosing herself. So we have a gray crelly base with black flakes, green reflective glitters, and a green magnetic effect. This one is so unique and beautiful. It's so Alphaba with that green. Again, fantastic coverage in 2 coats. I can't say if I prefer this one way or the other, but I actually kind of like this one unmagnetized, which may be controversial, but either cat eye or unmagnetized for this one. This one will just need a regular layer of top coat to smooth out, And wow, what a stunning and unique polish. And last but not least, we have Yellow Brick Road. This is obviously inspired by the Yellow Brick Road, so iconic. This is a yellow jelly base with a magnetic holographic effect. While this is a jelly, it actually has fantastic opacity in 2 coats. Even on that first coat, it's actually great coverage. But I totally love how this is the exact shade of the Yellow Brick Road from that old film. I'm sure they have the exact same like Pantone color that they use for this film, but what an incredible shade of polish. Absolutely love this one. And what a beautiful way to wrap up this incredible collection from by Dany Vianna. It is a big collection and I do have a lot of favorites. So first up, the one that just keeps sort of coming to mind for me is Obsessulated. There's just everything I love, and it's like, to me, it's like the ultimate princess nail polish. It's, I guess, maybe Glinda inspired, I don't know, but it is so pretty with the iridescent shards, the stars, the shimmer. The magnetic effect is just a nice subtle addition, but absolutely love it. I'm so predictable, but I mean, it's a wicked collection. Of course, I'm allowed to pick the pinks. I also love pink goes well with green. It had an incredible formula for a Crelly so light as this, but I don't know, it's just the perfect shade of pink for me. I absolutely love it. And another pink, Galindified, is just like pink on steroids. I love this polish. There's glitter, there's flakes, it's a pink jelly. I'm obsessed with it. It's just so bright and so fun. And I was really surprised by As Long As You're Mine, because I don't typically go for like jellies with reflective glitters, but this had a really good formula and the color is just so beautiful on the nail. And of course the reflective glitter is just so sparkly. And another with reflective glitter and magnetic was For Good, which I absolutely love. I feel like it's unique. Like, even though it's just sort of like a blue base with purple shimmer, I don't have any other polishes that are coming to mind that look like this. And it is just absolutely beautiful. And lastly, not just because it's the gift with purchase, but golden is so pretty and it's a gift with purchase. So spend that $40 on the shop and get this. Shop early so you can get it. I think it is while supplies last. So shop early on the 14th. Hopefully this video will be out before the collection's on the shop so you can prepare. But it's Black Friday insanity over here. I've got like a bajillion polishes to swatch and my fingers are literally bleeding. So this is stunning. Golden, definitely try to grab that gift with purchase by spending $40 because it's like worth $40 in and of itself. It's so pretty. And that is it for the Wicked for Good collection from by Dany Vianna. I would love, love, love to hear your thoughts down in the comments. I know Daniela reads them. I know she's also like a true artist. This is really, she loves creating polish, and she loves Wicked. So if you're a Wicked fan, shout out in the comments. And I guess that's it for this video. I've got a lot more coming, so you're gonna be very sick of me soon. And I guess that's it for now, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.